It is 2025 and we are no longer allowing the bare minimum. We're no longer thinking if he wanted to, he would. We are changing our dating game, dating strategically, dating rotationally, and making sure that we are attracting and are in alignment with the right men. Here are some dating rules that changed my own life. Rule number 1 is allow men to do things for you. Open your door, pull out your chair. If a man you're on a date with is actively trying to be chivalrous, don't shoo it away. Say, oh, I've got it. It's fine. I can handle it. Healthy men like being of service to you. Allow them to. It makes them feel like they are providing value, and they truly enjoy doing that for a woman they really are into and really love. It fills them with purpose, and it also helps calm your own nervous system when you know you don't have to worry about, is he gonna do this for me or should I do that myself? A man who is just doing small acts of kindness and service toward you usually shows that he can actually lead in a relationship. Rule number 2, don't drink on the first date. This is a personal one for me. Not everyone is gonna agree with it. Not everyone thinks that it makes sense. Some people think it's not a big deal. But if you feel the need to consume alcohol on the first date, even if it's just one drink, you are doing so usually for liquid courage, to relax a little bit. That type of energy going into a first, second, third date shows a little bit of insecurity. You don't need liquid courage. Instead of needing alcohol to calm you down or relax you or make you funnier or make you more outgoing, you can change that within yourself. You can educate yourself on those things. I think it's so important to build the own self-discipline and alter your own external by doing the work on yourself to make sure that you never need to drink a sip of alcohol again on a first date so you feel more comfortable and more relaxed. And consuming alcohol can really cloud your judgment on things, and you want to have a good head on your shoulders when you're out on a date and when you're with someone that you may not be totally familiar with. Third dating rule. This one might not sit well with others, but for me personally, coffee dates are just kind of like interviews. And I feel like all first dates are kind of interview-ish. Like you're asking someone maybe what they do, what their passions are, where they grew up. But on a coffee date, it just feels way too formal. I feel like that sensual energy just isn't there. Sometimes that sensual energy can be too strong for people and it can freak people out. So I get it. If you like a coffee date, you can go on a coffee date. Personally for me, when I was in college, I encountered some coffee dates and it blurred the lines a little bit. I wound up never really seeing those people again because it just felt like friendship. It felt like, what are we? It's just a bit too casual for me. Fourth dating tip, don't make yourself too available. And I talk about this in Why Men Don't Respect You. That's another video I have that got pretty good numbers. I'll link it up here. But don't make yourself too available, and remember to keep up with your own routine and personal life, because it's important in dating you still have your own sense of independence and you keep up with your own personhood. You keep up with your own hobbies and interests instead of being so readily available to someone else that your whole life becomes consumed by them, because that's how you get extremely attached really early on. It's also easier to get wrapped up in one guy when you become too available to one specific one. It's better to build your boundaries, keep up with your own life, date different men, and don't get attached to just one. Goes into my fifth dating rule that changed my life. Go on different dates and explore, of course, while being safe. Going on multiple different dates with different guys helps you kind of understand what you're into, what dates you do enjoy, what kind of men you like to talk to, what their interests may be. And we're talking still just dating. We are dating. We're going out with, we're going to dinner with, we're not going home, we're not laying in bed with different guys. We're just simply going out. I would go and go on a few different dates with guys. It did really help me understand what I truly was looking for, and it helped me build my boundaries and my standards in dating for the future of what kind of man I wanted to date for marriage. Sixth dating tip is ensure a guy is clear cut in his intentions and what he wants, and ensure that his actions back that up. If you're on apps and the guy on the thing says he doesn't know what he's looking for, he wants something casual, he's not sure yet, don't waste your time. If you know what you're looking for, if you know you're dating for marriage, and you see a guy that maybe he checks all the boxes except that, why would you put the check mark and be like, oh, okay, I'll just see where it goes. Maybe he'll change his mind. No, we don't rely on potential. We don't rely on a man to change his mind. What he is giving out are his true intentions. And don't try to date him and change yourself and change the way you date or change your ideas of dating to fit his mold. A true healthy man is going to date with intention. If he's not dating with intention, he doesn't know himself, he doesn't know what he likes, he doesn't know what he's doing with his life. And when you're dating, you do not have time for that. Especially as women, we do not have time for that. We have a slew of options to choose from. Choose wisely, because I promise you, you will meet multiple men that actually want to date for marriage and want to date for a future. Don't change yourself or change your standards because some other guy may look like what you want your future husband to look like, or he checks all the boxes of what you look for except that one thing. Don't compromise anything. My 7th dating rule is don't try to sit there and build a man up and give a man money when you're dating. When you're just dating, especially on these apps, when you guys are swiping through these apps and you match with guys that have no idea for the future, they don't know what they're doing, they're clueless, they don't have a job, they don't have money, they don't have whatever, they are lost. Why are you going to sacrifice, especially if you're educated, if you're working, if you have built yourself up, if you've built up your own life, why sacrifice all of that for someone that has no clue what he wants his future to look like? Men who are on dating apps and date that way, and they have no goals, or they lack ambition, or they don't know what they want, they don't know what they're looking for. A lot of the times they're dating because they're insecure and they need validation. Don't be the one to sit there and try to build him up and fix him up, because 9 times out of 10, he will be insecure or he'll be jealous. I also mentioned this in my Why Men Go 50-50 video, and I'll link that below as well. A lot of men are insecure or jealous of women, and that's why they want to find women to go 50-50 with, or to kind of mooch off of, and things like that. And also, if a man has no clue what he's doing with his life and he's on a dating app, that also goes to show that his priorities aren't correct. No one should be dating or be on a dating app when they aren't even aware or know what they want their life to be looking like. As a man, he should be focused on getting his money up, bettering himself, understanding his own values and morals in life before focusing on bringing someone else into the picture, because that also just shows that he lacks respect for the people around him. If someone is already down in the trenches and they're willing to go on apps to bring someone down with them, that is not a good person you want to surround yourself with. My 8th dating tip is to make sure you really take dating seriously. We're not just dating to have fun, because I did that. I would date to have fun. I would just match with people just to see, just to talk to them. But what winds up happening is it's so much easier to fall into situationships, to get intimate too early, not have a title, you lack exclusivity, you lower your boundaries and your standards when you're just dating to have fun. And then when you do that, it can turn ugly really, really fast. And you could wind up in something toxic or abusive or manipulative, a narcissist, whatever it may be. Because often when we are dating for fun, we don't instill boundaries and standards into the types of people we want to date. So then when you just go out and you're just dating random people just to see, because this guy's cute, this guy looks different, he likes this, he has this hobby, you're basing it off of surface level things instead of actually who the person is. So then when you fall for someone because of their looks or because of how nice they are, you soon start dating them for real, or in a situationship and you guys are on and off really often, you haven't mentally prepared yourself for what to do in a situation like this. You didn't mentally prepare yourself to know what to search for in a mate, in a partner, in a man. Then when you're just out having fun, you're just more susceptible to falling for potential, being with someone that doesn't meet your true standards because you didn't create them. Or you can fall for someone that does not have good intentions for the relationship. You are a lot more blind to red flags because of that. My 9th dating tip is don't date broke/broken men. And why I say broke/broken is because not every man who's broke is a broken man, and not every broken man is broke. You can meet a very well-off man with a lot of money and you think he's gonna provide for you, but up here, he is unwell. He can be ill. He is not emotionally available for you. He can't communicate. He could easily just be emotionally, mentally abusive. Just because he can give you a big house to live in doesn't mean that he has that provider mindset. Same with a guy who is broke But let's say he is a bit healthier in his mind. A man can lack financially, but still have a healthy, go-getter, ambitious mindset. If one is broke and he lacks that mindset, he's broke and broken, and honey, you gotta stay away. If a man is broke and you can see that he's ambitious and he has goals and he knows what he wants his future to look like, you have to remember what you look for in long term. What are your goals? Is your goal to be married within a year? That man probably can't marry within a year. So be real with yourself. If he is struggling financially, he probably can't marry you within a year. Is that something that you wanted or not? Did you want someone that will be a full provider so you can stay home? If that's not what you want, it's okay to say, okay, that man doesn't align with me. And we also don't wait on those types of men. You don't build up those types of men. Men who lack financially, there's no point in building them up. They can do it themselves. If he's ambitious and he's a go-getter, he's not even gonna want you to help build him anyways. But this is why it's important to date rotationally, because we're not just gonna sit and wait for that man to level up and get better. There's no point. But again, he needs to have a plan. If he's broke without a plan and he's on these dating apps, he's sucking you of your energy. It's up to you to decide and use your discernment and know what you truly want out of the man you envision yourself marrying. My last 10th dating rule: don't always go to other people for relationship advice. Misery loves company. And I remember when I was dating and I was just in regular relationships in college and I'd go to my friends about different things. I used to be this friend too. Trust me. I would tell my friends, oh, leave him, you don't need him, oh, he sucks, whatever. But the thing is, when we constantly go to friends about relationship advice, you're only giving them the bad parts of it. They're not there for the whole relationship to see maybe the good parts of it. Every relationship can have challenges or disagreements or spats. But what's important is you should go to someone that has experience. Go to someone you know that is in a healthy marriage. Go to someone you know that has experience in this realm so they can guide you. You don't want to go to your other single girlfriends that don't see you as much because you're dating and you're out with your man and they feel a certain way about it. I have a friend that would hang that over my head when I was dating and I was a teenager and I didn't know what I was doing. All those things. Misery loves company. When you are in something healthy, especially when you are in something happy and healthy and thriving, jealousy can come from miles away. Close friends are people you don't really know. Be careful who you give your energy to and who you ask for in advice. Always take advice from someone that you would aspire to be or you aspire to have their relationship. That's the safest way that you can assure that someone with actual experience who could have gone through this or knows what this is like will actually want to help you. Because usually those people with all that experience, they don't really care and they don't take it personal when you're in something happy or you have something else going on. They are in their own marriage or they are in their own life. They are not going to hyper focus on what you're doing. They want to give you the knowledge and the wisdom that they had learned so you can make better choices. They are looking out for you. Not every person in your circle is always looking out for you. Okay, ladies, that is all for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I had such a great time writing these down, and I really think going into these dating tips, especially in the new year, you guys will hopefully meet really great men that are in alignment with you. Do not sacrifice your standards. Don't change your boundaries for anyone or anything. Don't fall for potential. You can do it. So I will see you ladies in the next video. Bye.